All right, we are live. Good morning, everybody. Monday morning, November. Can you imagine that? November 2nd. Wow, that is crazy. Time is going by too fast. So yeah, here we are. Cold day today. I mean, I can hear the wind blustering out there, so it's gonna be a little bit of a chilly one. So dress up warm. All right. So as usual, Monday morning we're gonna do our floor stretches, right? So today we're gonna start legs up, right? You know, I'm always mixing it up, bottom up, top down, whatever we want. I already got hydrated, right? I got my coffee, not enough, but I got some. I got some water. So remember to be hydrated before if you have something next to the side of the bed, or maybe you're doing this on the floor in your kitchen or whatever. You want to have a sip of water. First, go for that, okay? So here we go. Let us get ourselves ready to get this week off and get all of those Halloween candies prepared to be processed. All right. Hopefully you're not as tall as me that you can't fit on a simple floor mat. So we're going to start with our pencil stretch, right? So again, always get that full body in. So remember, guys, hands neutral, not pronated, not supinated, right? This way, up, and over. Now, of course, I have to, because I'm a giant oaf, I got to straighten my arms out a little bit differently. You don't need to do that, okay? I just need to be room because I'm a giant. Remember, when we get here, guys, yes, we're pushing, we're trying to get that stretch, but don't strain yourself, all right? You don't have to kill yourself. It's not so bad. All right. Okay, we'll do another one, all right? Let's get those kinks out. There we go. Nice, just like that. Perfect. Good, you're doing great. Now we're gonna work on the legs. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit that groin, okay? So we're gonna bring our knees up like this. We're just going to spread our knees apart and let them relax. All right, so we just make sure the joints here are easing out and relaxing into the stretch. You're going to have your groin here being stretched, but like you're going to feel it a lot here in the hips. All right, that's okay. And stop, bring them back up. Good. Now remember, when you release them, guys, you got to let them come down. So you're going to feel this tension here. And now you have to relax to try to let them sink out a little bit more, right? We're not pushing them apart, but you want that movement, you want that relaxation for them to come down and sink deeper into that stretch. Doing great. Nice. Easy. Perfect. All right, and back up. Good. Okay, doing great. Now, we'll get yourself a towel. All right, because we're going to work on a few other things, lower body. All right, so we want to make sure we have something here if we have a little bit of trouble reaching. So we're going to work on a new one for the lower back, okay? So here's what you're going to do. Now, if you can sit up, that's great. If not, you can probably swing your legs. But you want to get your legs locked in here, right? And you want to just have them. Now, I mean, listen, if you have strong abs, yes, you can do this. No problem. That's kind of giving you the easier version, right? So from here, just relax. And you're going to feel the stretch reflex built up in that lower body. It's good. It almost like it wants to spring outward. Try to relax through that. Perfect. Just like that. Now, again, if you're having trouble, you can always do this. Right? And we get that same effect. See, what's happening is it rounds the lower back a little bit. If you're having sore knee, guys, you can come behind the knees and do it this way. You won't get as deep a stretch, but it'll still work in a pinch and it won't aggravate the knees. All right? But listen, if you got sore knees, chances are you won't need to go very far to feel that stretch. So you're doing great. I know it's a little bit weird because I got the camera there. I got a whole new camera set up, guys. So you got a camera over there,
and I got the screen over there. So if I want to see myself, then I gotta look over there, which means I'm not looking at the camera. It's very dramatic and very complicated. Too much for a Monday morning, let me tell you that much, okay? So now we're gonna do one leg at a time, and we're gonna do the hip flexor. So right here, this section here tends to have a lot of compression, okay? So here's what we want to do. We're going to get 2 in 1. So first, get both your legs bent, okay? That'll be an easier way to start. Now, one of those legs, I'll take the outer leg so you can see what's going on. So one of those legs you want to bring up and put your hands right here, just below the knee, and you're going to relax that hip, right? Now, at the same time, this leg that's bent, if you can, straighten that out. Right, so now you're going to get a stretch both sides, but in different directions. Right, one you're stretching outward, the other one you're stretching the hip joint. So you're kind of getting 2 for 1 in here. If you can't, guys, and you do this, no problem. You'll do one leg at a time. Don't worry about it. What's important is once you get here, you're relaxing. So you don't come here and pull that knee down. That's not how you stretch. You get into a position, you're going to feel the tension, and you're going to relax and let it sink in, right? So all stretches, remember, we release slowly. Remember that, right? Okay, so whenever we do stretches, you got to think of it almost like, geez, I don't know if you ever had those things, but let's say you jumped on a really, let's say I got to remember the camera's over there. So let's say you jump on a really, like just a giant pillow, right? Like the biggest pillow you've ever seen. Like human size, like it's 8 feet by 8 feet, just a giant, ridiculously huge pillow, right? Now you jump in it and you're going to get that, you know, that impact, that kind of like floof impact, right? And then you sink into the pillow as you relax. Same idea here, right? That's what we're going for. We're going for the relaxation. Okay, now we're going to stretch out the glutes. Again, a little bit more complicated. So if you're having trouble, don't worry about it. You'll get there eventually. But for now, for those of us who can, here's what you're going to do. So you're going to cross your leg over the other one. Okay, I'll do it this side so you can see where it should be stretching. So I want to feel the stretch right here. Okay, that's where I want to feel the stretch. In order to do that, I got to bring the other leg up and grab it underneath. Now, again, guys, don't feel bad. If you got to use a towel to do this kind of stuff, it's not because you're failing, right? You're just not there yet. And then you pull it up. There we go. Right? You got to think, I mean, how many times did we say it to, you know, kids, you figure you got to walk before you can run, as we say, right? Or, you know, you have a kid, you put them on training wheels on their bike. Because what do you tell the kid when he says, I want the training wheels off? You don't tell him, well, kid, you suck at riding a bike. No, right? Nobody says that, right? You say, don't worry, Jane, or Billy, or Janice. I don't know why I got the J names today. You're not ready. That's all. You're just not ready. You'll be able to do it when it's the right time. So you hold one up, guys, and this relaxes. I know it doesn't look very relaxing. I get that, but it is, right? Especially when you and down. Right? Don't undervalue the power of a deep breath. Okay? It's extremely, extremely important. Breathing is a key to relaxation. Like I always say, whenever you're exasperated or you're tense or whatever, or some big event happens and you come through the other side, what do? That was close. All right? Deep breaths. So same idea. All right? Good. Perfect. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Okay? We're going to do some clamshells. Now, clamshells are an exercise, right? So you can do this, right? And it strengthens those up. But what we're going to do is we're not going to worry so much about the amount of reps. Here's what I want you to do. We're going to shoot for 5, okay? And when you do it, you're naturally going to come up to a point where you want to stop, right? So from here, because you're having tension, you want to try to relax and get a little bit more. Good, and down. Okay, now you're going to keep the hips straight, right? We're not rolling over here, right? Keep the hips pointing to the sky. Now we're going to open up. Okay, you're feeling a bit of tension. Good. Now, deep breath and try to get it a little bit further. All right, so we're just extending that reach. And up we go to where we are comfortable. Relax and try to push a little bit further. Now, why are we trying to push a little bit further? We're doing what's called a dynamic stretch. So there's 2 types of stretches, right? One requires static movement, right? So you just take up a pose, you hold it. The other one requires dynamic. This is dynamic. We are trying to stretch that up. Now, why is it important? Because you don't want your body to only be able to do these things when you're in a relaxed state, because sometimes you're walking up the street and you're not going to be very relaxed. But you still want the body to be able to pull itself to these areas without the tightness and stiffness in the muscle. So we're kind of challenging ourselves. All right, here we go. We're going to do the other side, but you're going to turn around. I'm going to do a little break dance move over here, which is not very good because, by the way, I've never been really good at break dancing. I think I managed the worm once when I was 13. You remember that? You remember that? Oh, my God. All right, so up we go. And a little bit more. Perfect. Up we go. And a little bit more. Good. Now, you're probably going to find a little bit of tension in those glutes, right? Because it's not just your hips that do this, guys. Your glutes are activating a lot on this one. So up. Good. You know what's funny? I know this is not really important to any learning for you guys, but it's very weird on this side. You know, it's like sleeping. You got a favorite side. I find this side very, very awkward. Like, I don't even know where to put myself. I probably look ridiculous. Maybe it's better that I don't look at the screen. All right, perfect. Good stuff. All right, we're getting there. Listen, guys, we're more than halfway there. Now, for the back. When it comes to stretching out your back, we're going to do 2 different things depending on where you're at, okay? So, you saw when we had our knees up by, holding onto our knees, that was stretching out our back before, okay? So we're going to do a very similar thing, we're going to do it right here, okay? So here's what I want you to do. If you can get yourself propped up wherever you are on the floor, maybe on the bed, maybe you need some support, okay? We're going to bend our knees just slightly. Why? Because we're disengaging the hamstrings. We're going to sit forward. And then once you get to a point where you feel a stretch in your back, we're going to try to come down, right? And just let that stretch happen, right? So now we're stretching out that back. Especially for those tense muscles. Right? And don't worry, we're going to have something a little bit extra for you after. Don't worry. Now remember, you always come back up straight. Okay? So let's go again. We go straight till we go forward enough times. And then we bend. There we go. Now, if you want to feel fancy, you can try to lower your legs. You get a little bit of that hamstring stretch too. Good. Now remember, you bring the shoulders up, right? You don't pull all of this upper body from down here. Bring the shoulders up first, okay? Especially in a stretch situation, right? You've stretched out those muscles. They're semi-compromised. You don't want to let them snap back, right? We don't want that. You guys are doing great. So we're going to work on the hamstring, okay? But some people have some issues with the hamstring all of the time. In other words, they have trouble just sitting up out of bed because their hamstrings are too tight, right? So if you're stuck in this position, How then do you stretch out the hamstrings? You're going to ask me. I'm sure you asked me that. I could have sworn I heard you ask me that. What you're going to do is you're going to use a towel longer than this one, or there's a variety of things you can use. If you have some fitness bands, they're great. A perfect one for it is our little show and tell guy, if I can find them up here, right? Something like this, which has some flexibility to it. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to put it down, and it's important that whatever you put is in the center of the foot, not on the toes, okay? It's very important. And here's what you're going to do. Laying down, you're going to bring your leg up. So you see my knee? It doesn't need to be extreme over here. It just needs to be about 90 degrees. And you're going to try to bring that knee up and stretch it out. Right? If you have to lower it, that's fine too, right? But what you don't want, very important, is you don't want tension on the knee. So if, let's say, you are up here and you're pushing and you feel tension on the knee, but not here yet, you need to lower your leg down, right? Because you want to get it straight. Then once you get it comfortably straight and you feel the stretch the entire length, you can either just relax there, or you can try to bring it up a bit for a little bit more. Right? So if you see, guys, the angle of my body, whether this is standing, whether this is in the chair, this is always the same when we're stretching out the hamstring. Right? I know it seems a little bit more complicated, but if you have a towel, see, I'm not using my towel because it's way too short. No good, right? Like, it's too small. So you might need to get a bigger towel. Now remember, the foot, very important. If this is up on the toe, you're going to pull on that toe. That is going to put uneven pressure on the back of the knee. You can hurt your knee very bad. Do not. So right on that arch, all right? So we get it straight, right where you feel it, and then you bring it up. Good. And remember, relax. Good stuff. Doing great. All right, do we want to go through that one more time? And then we'll work on some rotation, and then we'll do a few shoulders, and then we're off for the day. Okay, so here we go. Put it on around the foot, down around the arch. Get the legs straight to where it's comfortable, and we're laying. So now we're laying comfortably. Don't leave yourself in this weird compromised position. You won't be able to relax. You want to relax. Bring the leg up and let this support the leg. Good, just like that. Great. All right, there's one down. Other side. And up we go. Good. Excellent. You guys are doing great. All right. Now this one, guys, you got to be a little bit careful depending on your fitness level. All right, sorry, my shirt keeps coming out. That's why I keep tucking it in. Oh my goodness. It's one of those Monday morning for everyone, let's face it, right? Right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do some trunk rotation. So you know, remember when we were standing up, we did a whole bunch of those twists? Well, here now we're going to do it the other way around. We're going to use the legs to help twist this. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to try to keep yourself in a comfortable position, but a stable position. And what you're going to do is you're going to let your legs drop to one side, right to the point where you feel the stretch along the side of your body. So I'll go the other direction so you can see it. You want to feel the stretch here. Okay? You're going to feel that body stretching across. Your legs don't have to go down. What you have to do is keep your shoulders on the mat. So what is not good is that you say, okay, I'm going to try to get my legs right to the ground. You're going to go this way, and then, oh, your shoulders are going to come off the ground. No good, right? Shoulders flat, arms flat. That's why it's important to keep your arms somewhere comfortable. And we turn. And once you get to that stretch, you're going to feel it. And you're just going to relax. Good. Perfect. Now we'll go the other way. Here we go. All right. Deep breath. There we go. Good. Doing great. Now, if this is a little bit hard for you guys, I understand. Here's what we're going to do for you, okay? If you're like, I'm not sure, Chris, if I can hold myself up that much. Don't worry about a deep stretch. Let's just get you doing the motion, and you're still going to activate your transverse abdominis, and you're going to encourage the motion and rotation of the spine. So let's just, you don't have to go as big as me, right? Because even if I'm going this much, I can still feel that rotation, right? Even if I go this much, I can feel the rotation. If you really want to be a hot shot, you can try this. That's okay. Doing great. All right. Guys, we're almost done. You know that? All right. One last one we're going to do. Okay, so it's going to be a kind of a combo. Because you know we've done the chest openers, right? We've done some angels. So we're going to do what's called a floor. Well, you put it to whatever you want. It could be a wall angel. Today's going to be a floor angel because we're on the floor. So we all remember being a kid. And we did those snow angels. Remember those? Okay. Like that, but a little modification. Arms bent. You see. And then as you come, what you want to do is you want to try to get the hands without pushing them, as let them come down. Relax and let them come down. That activates your rotator cuff, you see. So if you relax and your arms are here, you have a tight rotator cuff. You want to relax and let them come down here. Perfect. Now, in this motion, the shoulders are going to do that angel motion, right? So we're going to let it come up here. Now, this is not an exercise, this is a stretch. We're going to get up to here, and we're just going to hold it. Deep breath. Good. And then we're going to come back. Good. Perfect. Now, yeah, you could do this as an exercise, do a bunch of them. But right now, today is stretching. So that's what we're focusing on. Okay, so remember, we'll go through it again. Arms bent, bring them down, and relax them flat. Don't force them flat. You're going to hurt yourself. Gravity will be the force. Gravity will pull down on your hand. Don't worry. Right? Just relax them and let them come down as far as they'll go. Perfect. So now you're already relaxed. You can lay in this position all day, right? And now we go up. Keeping your arms up at the top. Bring your hands together if you can. We relax again. Let gravity stretch out those muscles. And back. All right, there we go, guys. Listen, you did great. I don't know if I did any good. That was a Monday morning. I felt like I was like half out of it, I'm not gonna lie. But you know, those days happen because whether you're me, whether you're you, whether you're God, who knows? Richard Branson owning his own island. People have off days, guys. So don't worry about it, right? We just went through a crazy weekend, a new Halloween. Had to manage things differently. Probably ate too much candy. I know I did not eat the best, but that's the way it goes. That's what these holidays are about. So, you know, as we undecorate and get ready for our next fun seasons, I hope you go out there, have a good day. Right? Yes, it's cold, it's windy, dress up for the weather, but get out there because some air is really good, right? Nice deep breath, and with that wind, you take a deep breath whether you like it or not. All right, listen, have a good day, be safe, and we'll see you here tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody. Bye. Oh, even more compromising end position. Awkward.